Hello everybody, this is our second video in the Ukulele 101 video series. So if you remember at the end of the last video we talked about a couple different chords. We also talked about the different parts of the ukulele and a little bit about tuning. So first thing we'll start in this video with is looking at tuning. So I'm picking up my ukulele here and it seems like I'm out of tune. So for this video, I'm going to look at a clip-on tuner. So this is the Snark clip-on tuner. These are pretty nice. These little rubber pads sense the vibrations in the ukulele. If you see here, we've got an option. This one you can actually switch between vibration, which is VIB, and then mic, which is microphone. So if we set it to microphone, there's a little microphone in the tuner that'll listen to the sound, and if we do vibration, we'll only be measuring what's actually going through these rubber pads. So let's take a look. I'm going to leave it on vibration. I think that's usually the best way to do it if we're only tuning one instrument. So we'll turn it on here with our Snark button. So you can see there's a little line that's lit up now at the bottom. And so now we can go ahead and F sharp. So that's low. We want to go up to G. So we're going to turn, if you remember, we're turning counterclockwise to tune up. So we'll take a look here, and I'm going to tune counterclockwise. I'm going to keep hitting the string to check in. F sharp. Okay, there's G. So that seems like it's in tune now. So it's important, like I said, we want to keep hitting that string as we're tuning so we're not over tuning, or we want to make sure we're tightening and listening so we don't break a string. So this should be C, it's A. So A is too low, so A sharp it actually is. So we're gonna go up again. And now we're up to B. See that red line as it goes up. Oop, now I went a little too much. Adjust it. So we just want to make little adjustments. So there we go. Now I have C, G, and C. All right, let's try E next. D sharp. So we want to go up to E. There's E. And then the last one should be A. We'll tune it up. There we go. So now all four of my strings are in tune and I'm ready to play. So the next thing we'll talk about then is what we ended with last week, which is there we go. Our four chords, so the C, A minor, F, and G. So those we talked about a little bit. We'll cover those, but this week I want to talk about all these different chords. Okay, so last week we talked about some basic chords. And these were them, C, A minor, F, and G. So remember it's C, it's just our ring finger on that third fret. A minor is the second finger or middle finger on the second fret of the G string. F is pretty much the same, but we're adding our pointer finger to the first fret of the E string. So that's A minor, and then F, we're just adding that. G is our tricky one. We're going to use our second finger on the second fret here, third finger, third fret there, first finger, second fret there. So if we're playing them with a little bit of time added, or 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And what we were talking about again was when we're playing chords like this, we want to make sure that our fingers that we're using to play the notes aren't blocking the next string over. So when I'm playing my A minor, I don't want my finger back blocking that string. I want to make sure there's plenty of room for those other strings to ring out. And so if we understand how to read a chord chart, which basically all it's telling us is what fret to play, or what frets to play, we can play any chord. So any song that you know the chords to, you can play along with. So we see C, F, G, and A minor are all listed there, but there's plenty of others. And so let's take a look here. So if we're looking at the alphabet song, we can see we've got our C, our F, another C, F, C, and then, oh, here's a G7, it looks like. So we look at our chart here, and we find G7. So it looks kind of like a G, but we're playing, instead of our E string being on the 3rd fret, we're playing the 1st fret. So probably we'd play it like this. We'd put our first finger, or our middle finger there, our 1st finger on that 1st fret, and then our ring finger on that 2nd fret. So then after that G7 that we're gonna have to mix in there, it looks like that's the only one we haven't talked about. So let's see. So again, we're playing C, F, C, then F, C, G7, back to C. So that would be the ABCs. Now it's got a different ending than I'm used to here, but we can roll with it. So let's try and play along with it. So we've got, starting on C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Happy, happy shall we be when we've learned our ABCs. Pretty simple, only 3 different chords, but C, we're switching over to that F. And so this is what we were talking about a little bit, where switching between the chords is going to take a little bit of time, because when we're first starting to play, we've got to remember not only where our fingers are going, but we've got to remember how we're holding our hands so that the chords are ringing out correctly. So C to F isn't too hard. But G7 gets a little trickier. So let's just try and play along in time. We're going to take it nice and slow. So if you're following along, we just ended at P here. So we'll do it one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Okay, so not too bad. The hard part is going to be as we start to try and keep up with the time that we're used to, or the tempo. But for now, we just want to take it nice and slow. So let's play through it. Nice and slow, we're going to go all the way through. And I'm going to try and keep it here so you can see my hand as we're following along. So let's move that out of the way. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, Not too bad. Now there's a couple other songs in there that have just a few chords. We have Old MacDonald, Mary Had a Little Lamb, but we might get a little bit bored of those songs. So there's other websites you can go on and find all sorts of popular songs that you've heard on the radio, and they'll have the chords for you to play along with. So I think once you've sat down and started feeling comfortable just getting your chords ringing out, feel free to go look at all different songs that you like and and try to play along with those. And again, if we look here on one of our pages, there's this tinyurl.com/all that. We'll put a link in the description of this video. It's a little website. There's some extra resources like I'm talking about, some play along videos on YouTube that are really helpful for making sure that you are playing the way it's supposed to sound.